Marvin Arrington, you interrupted the board meeting back in November on behalf of Natalie Hall, and I see why, because you want the Board of Ethics to be abolished because they were investigating you for having special interests with the DA's office that you oversee.
I'm big on networking and connecting people. That's what I'm about. And that is what has kept me in my seat, because people know that I love helping everyone. I love to connect people because we're only stronger together. We do not need anyone on the County Board of Commissioners who doesn't have a heart for the people. We don't need any mean girls, mean boys, or anyone like that, because the county government is there for health and human services.
Yes, City Girl Commissioner, the county government is there for health and human services, not forcing your staff to perform services on you in your office and costing taxpayers nearly $1 million from a lawsuit. This is Natalie Hall, the woman I named the City Girl Commissioner of Fulton County, Georgia, District 4. I covered her lawsuit a couple of months ago. If you missed all the details, I'll leave the link below for you to check it out. You have to catch up on this. This is the county commissioner representing parts of Atlanta from the Vine City area, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, downtown, midtown, Virginia Highlands, Old Fourth Ward, all the way down Moreland Avenue at the county line. In my previous reports, I talked about how this woman retaliated against her former chief of staff after he refused to continue having relations with her. She got so jealous, she started calling women, stalking this man, and even placed tracking devices on his car. When the plaintiff won in court, she got mad at the news reporter and put paws on the lady.
News exclusive. A stern reaction from Fulton County Commissioner Natalie Hall after a judge found her guilty, look at that, of sexual discrimination. She actually, as you saw there, swatted a reporter's hand. Channel 2 investigative reporter Sophia Choi, live in downtown Atlanta. There, Sophia, this decision means Fulton County taxpayers are on the hook for nearly $1 million.
Right, and Commissioner Natalie Hall did not want to talk about it. In fact, she let her actions do the speaking by swatting my hand away during a county commission meeting here with a lot of other people around, including police. Comment at all about the Georgia orders? Oh, you pushed me. That's assault.
Now, the county was looking for ways to pay out the money owed in that lawsuit. They thought it would be a good idea to take $200,000 of the money owed directly from her district, District 4. They didn't say, let's take the money from the crazy obsessed psycho. No, they never thought to dock her paycheck. They wanted the people to pay for it. And the residents are not happy about that.
That hurts the taxpayers.
15 seconds.
Take her salary down to $1. Take her money and let it hit at home where it most matters.
We're going to get into it, but first, take a second to make sure you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. Won't waste any time, let's go ahead and get into it.
Fulton County commissioners made history today voting to take away money from one of their colleagues, Commissioner Natalie Hall. The action comes after a sexual harassment lawsuit led to $1 million judgment against the county. Channel 2's Taisha Fernandez is live outside the Fulton County Government Center, and the commissioners got heated today.
Linda, when certain commissioners said certain things, I forgot where I was for a moment because the language got that graphic. In the end, commissioners voted to take away $200,000 from Commissioner Hall's budget. It's never been done before, and some say it sets a bad precedent.
We're going to court, y'all. Watch and see. We're gonna waste some more taxpayer money.
Fulton County Commissioner Marvin Arrington said his colleague's historical decision Wednesday will only cost Fulton County more money in the end. Commissioners who voted to take $200,000 away from Commissioner Natalie Hall's budget said they did it to help pay Hall's former staffer, Calvin Brock. A federal judge awarded Brock close to $1 million after Brock accused Commissioner Hall of firing him because he ended their sexual relationship. A majority of these commissioners think some of that money should come directly from Hall's budget.
This sets a bad precedent. This is a bad deal, and the voters will have the opportunity to hold all of us accountable, or those that are up for election, in less than 90 days.
Commissioner Hall will be on the ballot. She didn't say a word as her colleagues discussed what she did.
The taxpayers are footing the bill, whether it comes from the District 4 budget or whether it comes from the risk fund or whether it comes from any other line item.
I think a normal employee we would have fired for sure. They would have lost their job.
Now, it's important to mention that elected officials cannot fire other elected officials, and commissioners today certainly sounded like they were inviting voters to have the final say on this, because voters can hire and fire.
Then while Natalie was quiet, Arrington was sitting up there defending her like a big old fool. He's talking about accountability for the county commissioners taking the $200,000 from her budget, but he's not holding her accountable for her actions. You know, the reason why we're talking about this anyway. It's her, not their colleagues. And then the crazy thing is, he's upset that they're taking the $200,000 from her budget. It's not coming from her paycheck. She's not paying it at all. It's the taxpayers paying it. And you better believe they showed up and showed out.
We got our DA, well, not mine, but Funny Willis, on Grey Goose, getting loose. Then we have you, Commissioner Hall, chasing balls. I am so tired of us having to come back and forth up here. I go so hard about you particularly, because do you remember me going door to door to campaign for you, knocking on doors, allowing people to take up signs, candidates against you, to put your sign down, only for you to abandon the community of Grove Park. But trust and believe me, while you sitting up there smiling, talking on your phone time to time on here, as well as Arrington cheering you on, sleep on the job, we coming for y'all's jobs. And even though y'all trying to block it so that we cannot, trust me, the embarrassment that you continue to get online won't go away. It will not go away. We will keep on and keep on while you said that it will fade away. It ain't fading away. We're gonna go harder, because it's time for y'all to be replaced. It's time for y'all to do your job, not sleep in the hall, in county hall. Oh, I forgot, this is not the city hall, this is the county. Well, when you're doing it in both places, that's where the problem relies.
15 seconds.
Stays. So trust and believe we coming for you, your job. So that's not a threat, it's a promise to your job.
Listen, when she said Hall chased the balls, I literally fell out. But she's absolutely right. They needed to be put on notice. He's up there caping for this debauchery.
Commissioner Hall acted out of line, and we, the taxpayers, should not be at fault for taking the brunt of her bills. District 4 deserves better representation than a commissioner who actively engages in inappropriate relations with employees, then acts inappropriately in their firing, who then takes zero responsibility while on the stand by pleading the fifth numerous times. It appears the taxpayers have already had to take hold of the great burden of time that has been taken away from Fulton County due to improper conduct, from her stalking her chief of staff, to falsely coming up with ways to fire him, to then having to make it to court appearances. It appears Commissioner Hall has been taking ample time and energies away from the Fulton County residents in order to support the mess she herself has gotten into. We, the residents of Fulton County, should not have to bear the weight of such tasteless behavior. If anyone pays, it's time Commissioner Hall does, and not us.
You know, it's often that whenever you see a poll where it asks Americans their trust or approval of our government, it's a failing grade every single time. It gets better as you move more locally, but it's still a failing grade. So, as an elected official, you would think this would be something that we would keep in mind. So with this being said, Commissioner Hall, you decide to allegedly hire someone that you met at a library. Sounds like a sound decision. Then you decide to have an inappropriate sexual relationship with your chief of staff. Sounds like a sound decision. Then you put tracking devices in his vehicle. That sounds to be like a sound decision. Then you retaliate by firing him. Sounds to be like a sound decision. And then, instead of making a simple apology, maybe to the public at a minimum, you go on the victim tour to the church. And you go, right next to you is our corrupt DA. So instead of showing some remorse I think a resignation letter would actually be more appropriate and not seeking re-election. You decide to go on the victim tour. So I fully support Resolution 24-0135. 200,000 should just be the starting point. I would assume if that actually came out of your paycheck, you'd be on the other side of this issue real fast. Thank you.
All right, it's my turn. Derek Blasingame, the government watchdog. I'm from the Glen Rose Heights community, and I'm here today to talk about what's going on with our district attorney. I'm disappointed that she took an oath of office, but yet she failed to read the Code of Ethics, which says in section 2.68b, no officer or employee shall directly or indirectly solicit, request, exact, receive, or agree to receive a gift, loan, favor, promise, or thing of value in any form whatsoever for himself, herself, or another person from any prohibited source. Now, the special prosecutor is an agent. Now, he's not an employee, but he is an agent of the county because he has a contract. That's a prohibited source. Now, she had already admitted on the stand that she did accept gifts and favors from the special prosecutor. Now, the issue is that the conflict of interest occurred not when she reimbursed him, it occurred when she accepted the gift. See, you can't be a politician and say, thank you for a gift, and then go home and think about, I'm an elected official, I have to give that gift back and reimburse it. You've already committed the offense when you accepted it. Here we have Natalie Hall found guilty in costing taxpayers nearly $1 million for a love affair with her staff member. Marvin Arrington, you interrupted the board meeting back in November on behalf of Natalie Hall, and I see why, because you want the Board of Ethics to be abolished because they were investigating you for having special interests with the DA's office that you oversee. Finally, Fonnie Willis and her salacious love affair with the special prosecutor is also going to cost this county millions of dollars. Now, I want to say this about District 6. We're not going to take $200,000 from District 4. That hurts the community. That hurts the voters. That hurts the taxpayers.
15 seconds.
Take her salary down to $1. Take her money and let it hit at home where it most matters. Do not hurt the people of District 4 because we deserve our $200,000. Derek Blasingame, I appreciate your time.
They did not come to play. You're dealing with all this sleazy behavior from the DA to the commissioner, and now they're making taxpayers pay for her lawsuit without her being held accountable personally. It's all a mess. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Let me know what you think about this below. Special thank you to Rob P. I appreciate you, Rob, for all of your support, as well as Walter G, Ken G, and Steven. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like and share.